Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Those Were the Days. Now, I know I usually do spoiler alert, and this is technically a spoiler alert if you have not seen All in the Family, also known as The Archie Bunker Show. Now, yes, so you are warned. Each episode is somewhere right around half hour. I will not be showing the complete thing because I don't want to get banned and sued, but I will be using little snippets and stopping, talking about the show. So it will probably run a little bit longer than a half hour, but hopefully not too much longer, because I'm cutting out basically half of the show, if not more, probably a little bit more, and talking over scenes. So that's not going to be an issue. If you've seen my other videos and movie reviews, you know how it goes. So let me tell you a little bit about All in the Family. So you have the wife, who is Edith, and she is, in the beginning, somewhat of aloof, or an airhead. She doesn't really get a lot of things in the beginning, but they do get her to be more assertive and more intellectually arguable, because her husband's a little bit overbearing. But as he starts to get less and less overbearing, she gets more and more, let's say, argumentative, or at least can hold her own when it comes to her overbearing husband. And even sometimes her overbearing stepson, which we can talk about him next. The stepson, Meathead, Michael, is kind of a, I would say, left of Democrat type who is for the free peace movement. This is in the 60s/70s when this is taking place, so you have things like Vietnam going on, the race riots are happening, the marches are going on, Martin Luther King Jr. is out doing speeches, Malcolm X is out doing speeches, and the political climate is just kind of all over the place, kind of like it is now. So that's why I chose this particular show. I was thinking The Jeffersons, but this one I know, and I know that it hits on a lot of political topics that we talk about today. And now, this is not to start any arguments. Please do not argue in the comments. Just state your opinion if you have one. But this should be a political neutral zone in the way of you guys, because I'll say stuff that I believe, but I am not looking to have an argument where people in the comments most likely are just trying to start stuff. But feel free to comment, but ignore any other comments on your replies on your comments, because people just like to start stuff and troll. So we talked about Edith, we talked about Michael. He has a daughter named Gloria, and she is kind of another middle grounder, but she does hold her own against her husband and dad, and kind of tries to separate them from killing each other. She's more of a middle grounder and kind of sees her father's side and the husband's side. And when it comes to the father and the son-in-law, when it comes to Archie and Meathead, Archie I can't say he's kind of a bigot. He is a bigot and somewhat of a racist, even though he doesn't think that he is. We'll get into that probably in this episode, because if I remember right, this does hit a little bit on that. And Michael, the Meathead, is kind of an elitist, left of Democrat, and I would say Archie is right of Republican. So they hammer heads. So remember the time and place that this takes place. It was made in the 70s. They were probably thinking that it's the 60s or 70s in this timeline. So just keep that in mind, that these are old ideas, but they do seem to be popping up today. So with that being said, let's jump into Archie Bunker, aka All in the Family. And the name of this one is, let me find out here, Meet the Bunkers. So we're going to meet the Bunkers. Here we go.
Gloria, I hurried back.
Good, you can take out the garbage.
Garbage is not exactly what I had in mind. Come here.
No, not now, Michael.
Why not?
I want everything ready for when the folks get back from church.
Oh.
It's different, isn't it? An anniversary brunch.
Yeah, well, I think your mother will love it, but your father, he doesn't care about anniversaries.
There's an anniversary.
What do you think he's going to do when he finds out?
He'll have a fit.
So the daughter and the son-in-law are trying to get some alone time, and she's trying to get this little celebration for her parents' anniversary set up.
I've been living with your folks since we're married. We don't get the house alone that much.
Oh, we're not alone. Lionel's upstairs.
And apparently Lionel is upstairs, so he's another reoccurring cast member. He's fixing the TV set that's upstairs.
Hey, how's it going, Mike?
Hey, Lionel,
I'll
how
get
are
the
you?
present.
Hey, so what's new on campus with all you angry white social democrats, huh?
So I paused it here at 2 minutes 10 seconds. He said social democrat. So yeah, that would be technically left of Democrats. It would be a little more socialist ideology. And yeah, that's basically what that means. So he just said they're at church, so let's jump back into it.
Hard time? Oh, I'm used to him by now. You know his latest kick?
What?
Asking me what I'm gonna be when I get to college. He likes to hear me say, I'm gonna be an electrical engineer.
So that is kind of an interesting thing. He used I don't know, the weird voice, the stereotype black voice, I guess. Kind of, it's just, he used that voice for the father, just so, to appease him, basically, because, again, Archie is kind of bigoted and a bit racist, even
Here's the
if
present in the
unknown.
card. And Mom likes just about any kind of flowers, so will $1 be enough?
Crazy, where I get my flowers, this represents a buck profit.
Promise me something. For today, for the 22nd anniversary, no fighting with Daddy, okay?
So they're establishing that he does have a bit of an argumentative nature with the dad, Mr. Bunker. And yes, in these earlier days, there's a lot of making out. And that, too.
But we have to be downstairs to yell surprise.
They'll be downstairs. Let them yell surprise.
It's maybe the 4th time in 22 years you've been to church with me, so I'm grateful for the half a sermon we sat through.
What do you call all this?
The table's all set with the good glasses and all.
Right? They're a little confused.
Oh, it's for our anniversary. Look, Archie.
There you go. She figured it out. Uh-oh. Daddy's home.
You're early.
So are you.
Happy anniversary to you.
Oh, my. Archie, ain't this nice?
Yeah. 5 minutes more, we would have got it remote from the bedroom.
Oh, Archie. Why do you want to pick on him when you just had such a nice surprise?
They was the ones that had the surprise.
See, he's sarcastic and kind of mean.
In my day, we was able to keep certain things in a proper perspective.
Right. He also misspeaks a lot.
I mean, there was nothing. I mean, absolutely nothing. Not till the wedding night.
Yeah, and even then,
Whoops, he called you out, son.
the in crowd never has a whole meal in one room anymore.
Right.
That's what they say.
You're a pip, you know that? Pull that skirt down. Every time you sit down on one of them things, the mystery's solved.
Oh.
Girls with skirts up to here, guys with hair down to there. I stopped in a gents' room the other day, so help me, there was a guy in there with a ponytail.
That's still a thing.
I thought I was in the wrong toilet.
The toilet. Huh?
Of course, Mr. Religion here wasn't seeing eye to eye with the sermon.
What sermon? That was socialist propaganda, pure and simple. And don't give me that look.
I said it was different, that's all, but I didn't curse the Reverend from right there in the front.
Wow, cursing a reverend.
Besides, I ain't sitting still for no preacher telling me that I'm to blame for all this breakdown in law and order that's going on. Cause of it? I'll tell you the cause of it. The cause of it is these sob sisters like the Reverend Felcher and the bleeding hearts and weeping Nellies like used to.
That's all you care about, Archie, is what you got and how you can keep
Oh,
it.
well, you'd care about it too, sonny boy, if you had anything. You wasn't living off of me without a pot to peel a potato in.
Oh.
I just want to learn a little bit about society so I can help people.
People? Your mother-in-law and me as people. Help us, will you? Go to work.
Right?
Because we got poverty, real poverty. And you know why we got that? Because guys like you are unwilling to give the black man, the Mexican American, and all the other minorities their just and rightful hard-earned share of the American dream.
Okay. Now here's the other side.
Tell you something. If your spicks and your spades want their rightful share of the American dream, let them get out there and hustle for it just like I done.
That's fair. I just don't like the way that he said that, though.
Wait, now I suppose you're going to tell me that the black man has had the same opportunity in this country as you?
More. He's had more. I didn't have no million people out there marching and protesting to get me my job.
No, his uncle got it for him.
It's very fair. You get both sides of the argument, so...
God, what God?
Yeah, with God.
What was that?
Uh-oh.
Right?
Edith, will you stifle?
Archie, we're all hungry.
Will you stifle? Don't touch nothing. Nobody eats nothing around here. We get this thing straight. Edith, will you stifle? Will you
Stifle it.
Now, sonny boy, you made a certain referential remark there.
Referential.
We just don't see any evidence of God, that's all.
That's right, Daddy.
That's right, kid.
I want no more argument.
We are not arguing, we're discussing.
I don't care what you call it, it's still argument.
We're having what we always have around here, a discussion.
I don't see the difference.
That's because you're a dingo. Edith, stay the hell out of this.
Ooh. That's basically a coffee pot.
It really hurts, huh?
Yeah,
Right about in there?
yeah.
You know what I think we ought to do?
What do you think?
I think we ought to eat.
Any help, Michael can do it.
Well, I won't do him no harm, neither. Last time I seen him lifting a hand around here, he was testing his deodorant.
You know, it's not easy going to college. It's hard work.
For you, it's like building a pyramid.
So he's going to college for social studies. This is one of Gloria's temper tantrums.
Best there is when it comes to blood. My own cousin from the hospital said so.
Your cousin from the hospital empties bedpans. Don't make him out no specialist.
Wow. Guess that's fair, though.
Feinstein, Feinberg, it all comes to the same thing, and I know that tribe.
Oh. He's talking about Jewish people.
Maria, you married the laziest white man I ever seen.
White man you ever met.
Yeah, you.
Implying that the blacks are even lazier.
Oh, no.
Not really.
Oh, no, wait a minute, meathead. You said that. It's just their systems is geared a little slower than the rest of us.
Oh.
What do you call them names like black beauties for?
Now, that's where I got you, Mr. Liberal. Because there's a black guy that works down the building with me, and he's got a bumper and sticker on his car that says black is beautiful. Huh?
Kind of gets you there, I guess.
It's nicer than when he called them coons.
Oh. Wow.
Come here, Lionel.
Uh-oh. Here we go. Bunker's gonna bunker.
Now, Lionel, you could say by throwing you these little jobs that in a way I was helping you get some money so you could go to college and you could become a...
Electrical engineer.
Yeah.
Don't say it like that, man.
One's yellow with stripes and the other's purple with checks. You know, for when I'm with my people.
Look at the face I had.
You?
Oh, yes, sir. I got a bead on you, all right. I know you real good.
Against black people.
Against black people? Mr. Bunker? Well, that's the most ridiculous thing I ever heard.
Well, I'll tell you where this guy's sensitive, Lionel. Right in his tuchus.
Yiddish word, it means...
I know where it's at. Bunker, what's with the Jewish word?
Oh, well, I hear them. We got a couple of Hebes working down a building.
Oh.
I told you, I work with a couple of Jews.
Begging your pardon, Mr. Bunker, but you wouldn't happen to be one of them, would you?
When your father was visiting last year, wasn't his name Davy or
David.
something?
My father's name was David.
David, right. And what was your mother's name? It was Sarah.
Sarah.
David and Sarah, two Jewish names.
Sarah, two names right out of the Bible, which has got nothing to do with the Jews.
It has a lot to do. Half the book is Jewish.
But I ain't Jewish.
Look at that. Look at that. See the way he uses his hands when he argues?
What do you know about it, you dumb Pollock?
Oh. Well, at least he's an evened, bigoted person. He just hates everybody.
You are talking with your hands.
But even if you are, it doesn't change things between you and me. I mean, I'm not gonna throw away 9 years of friendship over a little thing like that.
He's a reoccurring character. He's very funny. And he kind of pisses off Archie, which is fun.
Well, I hate a smart aleck kid, and I don't care what color he is. Come on, Enid, who are they from?
They're from you, Archie.
Don't blow it, it'll go right through.
I'll bet it's a Hallmark. Well, pretty near. Back on our lives and say, it's been a gay lock together.
Back in the day, gay meant tappy. He doesn't like getting sappy.
You have to always be doing that. It's as if she was a hamburger. No, I didn't write it, but who had the good taste to pick it out? Go on, will you, meathead?
And that is the first episode of All in the Family. Let's talk about it. Okay, so that was the first episode of All in the Family, Meet the Bunkers. So we met the Bunkers and one of the neighbors, Lionel. Again, each character has their own personality. A lot of these personality traits, even though the stories are different, the traits of them will be the same. Gloria, for the first few seasons, kind of has these temper tantrum breakdowns, if you will. The wife, Edith, is kind of dense, if you will. Not all all that bright, until the later seasons when they get kind of tired of it and want to make her, more standoffish with Archie. Michael, the son-in-law, pretty much stays to the left-leaning bit, and Archie, of course, stays pretty much Archie, but as the seasons go by, he does soften up and learn a few life lessons and stops being such a bigot. But I do have to say, for being a bigot, he is an even keeled bigot. He doesn't just not like black people. He doesn't like Jewish people. He doesn't like Spanish people. He doesn't like a little bit of everybody that's not him. So I'll give him that much. So at least he's fair, instead of just pointing the finger at one certain type of person. He just hates everybody. But he's kind of ignorant in that he doesn't get why being that much bigoted or racist is an issue. Now, this was the 1970s. They talked about, the marching. which was a reference to Martin Luther King and the freedom, the civil rights movement, basically. And he did mention a few other things that in this time they were a big deal. And if you're paying attention to the historical things that are happening now, you will see some very interesting close contrast to those issues popping back up now. But it is very funny. And this breaks some norms. If he looks familiar, you may have seen him in the Heat of the Night, which is a 80s/90s TV series, just like this one. Carol O'Connor, and he is very funny. Even in that, he's kind of hard, but he has some funny moments. So hopefully you guys like this video review, this TV review of Archie Bunker, aka All in the Family. If you do, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. If you didn't, go ahead and give it a thumbs down. I will try and do this because I am not sure about Moon Knight because, well, it's Disney and some of their stuff is just not worth watching. I'll probably watch it, and if it's worth reviewing, I will review after the series has ended. That way I'm not wasting my time with something that I could have just condensed down into a single video. So, with that being said, guys, if you like this review, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Again, if you didn't, no big deal. Give it a thumbs down. That's fair. These TV shows aren't for everyone, especially with the subject matter, if you will. If you would like to watch another video, I will have one popping up right up here somewhere. And if you would like to subscribe and be notified when I'm making more videos, go ahead and hit that little subscribe button.
Tap it in. Just tap it in. Give it a little tappy. Tap, tap, taparoo.
That should be popping up right here for you. And with that being said, guys, thank you for getting this far in the video. Thank you to all of my subscribers. And we will see you next time. Peace.